Language learning can be very daunting and intimidating if you don't follow the right way. However, it can be fun and exciting and very simple to understand if you just follow some simple rules. Good evening, my name is Nupur and I'm a language teacher by profession. Through my channel Language Learning Junction, I'm here to support and help everybody through their language learning journey and to make it much more easier. In order to understand English, you do not need to use fancy words only, but practice grammar as well. I will try my best to make your grammar learning much more simpler and easier through my videos. Let's just get started. There are total 8 parts of speech, but we're just doing 4. Nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and verbs. There are different ways to explain different parts of speech, but I'm going to keep this explanation very clear and simple. Number 1 is noun. A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. Why do we need nouns in a sentence? Nouns are the subjects of sentence, which means noun is the focal point of your sentence, what you're talking about. For example, if you're talking about a person and the person's name is Kelly, she's a girl and her name is Kelly, she's the noun. If you're talking about a place and you're naming it, for example, it's a city, Brisbane is a noun. It could be a country as well. Idea. Idea is an emotion or feeling. For example, joy, love, laughter, sadness, anger could be anything. Or it could be a thing. A water bottle, bucket, mobile phone. These are all the things. When you name them clearly, these words are called nouns. For example, William is a great man. We're talking about a person, and his name is William. We are naming him. William is the noun of the subject. The second one is pronoun. Now, pronouns and nouns do the same thing. The only difference is a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. But why do we need a word that takes place of a noun? Because when you name something and you use the same word in a sentence, it becomes very boring, monotonous. To break the monotony, we have to replace it. I give you an example. William is a great man. William is in Australia. William works really hard. Now I'm saying William again and again. I'm repeating the word William again and again, which is making my speech a bit boring. To break that monotony, to make it more interesting to hear, I'm going to use a different word. For example, I'm going to use the word he. William is a great man. He lives in Australia. He works really hard. Or I can use William and then he and then William again. But I don't want to use William again and again to make my speech and writing, of course, more interesting. Kyla is my friend. Now, instead of using Kyla again, I'm going to use she is very nice. I'm not repeating the word Kyla again here. I'm using the word she not to repeat the word Kyla. Now, when we name something, those are nouns. When we don't name them, but we talk about the same things. For example, we are talking about the same person, people, and we're talking about same places, same things, and same ideas, but we are not naming them. For example, instead of saying a mobile phone, I'm saying it is mine. If I say mobile phones are handy, then mobile phone is a noun. But if I say it is very handy, then it is a pronoun. But we are talking about the same thing. For another example, I can say Kyla is my friend. Kyla is a noun. But I can also say she is my friend. When I say she, I'm not naming her, but I'm talking about somebody. Then that becomes a pronoun. There are different kinds of pronouns. The first ones are personal pronouns. That means I, me, you, she, he, they, her, him, us, we, them. I can say, you are very beautiful. Or I can also say, for example, Kyla is very beautiful. But when I'm using a pronoun, I'm going to say either she or you. So these are called personal pronouns. Then we have demonstrative pronouns. For example, that, this, these, those. Instead of saying, the red car is mine, I can say, that car is mine. That white big house is mine, or that house is mine. The same thing. We're talking about one white big house, but instead of saying white big house, I'm saying that. Those are called demonstrative pronouns. Indefinite pronouns, for example, one, other, everybody, anybody, nobody. Nobody likes to play in the sun. Nobody. Interrogative pronouns. What is the meaning of interrogative? The word interrogative means all the question words. For example, who, what, whose, which. It could be when, where. These are the question words. These are called interrogative pronouns. The sentence is, who is your mom? Who is your friend? The word who is used as a pronoun. Reflexive or intensive pronoun. Myself, yourself, themselves, ourselves. So these are the pronouns. A quick recap. Nouns are the people, places, things, or ideas that we name. Pronouns are the same things, but we don't name them. We just use he, she, it, I, we, you, they, her, his, that, one, other, who, words like these for pronouns. They are talking about the same thing, but we are not naming them when we are using pronouns. We are naming them when we are not using pronouns. The third part of speech is adjective, and my personal favorite. Words that describe a noun or a pronoun, which means they're talking about the qualities, the features of a noun or pronoun. For example, I'm talking about a boy named Jason, and he's really tall. That's a quality. That's sort of his physical feature. When you're describing your noun, either it's a thing or a person, you're describing it. That is your adjective. Example, my orange cat, or my cat is orange. The order is correct, but the word orange here is talking about the noun cat. Cat is your noun, and your adjective, the word orange, is telling you what color is the cat. Well, a cat cannot be orange, by the way, or maybe it's brown. So cat, which is your noun, we are telling you that the cat is orange. We are talking about its feature, its color, or we can say a big cat, a small cat, furry cat, ferocious cat, again a quality. We can say a tall girl, short boy, beautiful girl. These are the qualities or the features. When you describe a noun, when you name somebody, something, a thing or an idea, nouns. I'm just giving you a quick recap again and again, so it's sort of embedded, entrenched in your brain, recorded in your memory, so that you know what nouns and pronouns are at the same time. So adjectives are the words, like I said, they're talking and describing about your nouns and pronouns. But there's a thing, it's like a sort of a secret that you should know, but most of the people don't really go through this order, but they know it naturally when they use them in their language. There's a certain order how you use the adjectives. in a sentence. Now, it can be used for one noun or for multiple nouns in a sentence. So the first one is opinion, size, physical quality, shape, age, color, origin, material, type, and purpose. This sounds a bit confusing and complex when I say that, but it's very simple. I'm trying to say that when you're using different quality words or features of the same noun or different nouns, you have to use this order. You just cannot use it anywhere. For example, you can say, my big red car, or my small sewing machine, or you can say, my pretty leather bag. You don't say, my leather pretty bag. You first use the word pretty and then you use the word leather. Now we're discussing one noun, bag, and I'm saying pretty leather bag. But you can talk about different nouns as well. For example, the pretty girl played with the small cat. Now, when I say the pretty girl played with the small cat, we've got two nouns here, girl and a cat. So noun and a pronoun, and we're using two different adjectives, but the order is still the same. Pretty girl played with the small cat. I use the word pretty first and then small. So this is the order we use for different nouns or one noun. All we have, it's something that you don't have to memorize or you don't have to learn. It's a natural thing. What you have to do is to just go through it and try practicing it. So try to write more and more sentences and see if it's falling in the right place. If it is, then you don't need any practice for that. The last one is verbs. Verb is an action word or state of being. When I say an action word, pretty clear that you need to the action words are the words when that shows that you're doing some action. For example, sleep, run, kick, eat. These are the action words, some sort of action involved. State of being. For example, I am sad. My state, how I'm feeling. I am sad. I am tired. They are late or they were late. Watch me run and kick the ball. When I say watch is an action. You're doing something. Watching. Run, again an action. You're running. Kick the ball. Kick, again an action. So these are the action words. Like I said, action verbs or action words. And then we have state of being verbs. So these ones, watch, run, kick. These are your action ones, action words. When you say he is sad, they were late, they are showing your state of being, how you were feeling. State of being verbs are like is, am, are, was, were, be, being. Action words are like sleeping, eating, dancing, learning, and many more. It could be eating, teaching, running, getting ready, stuff like that. So verbs are all the action words. So for example, if I say, I can use all of them in the same sentence. I can say, Kyla is a wonderful girl. She likes to play outside. I know this sentence sounds a bit awkward, that she's a wonderful girl and she likes to play outside, but all I'm trying to do is to show you how I used all of them in the same sentence. Like I said before, every word in English has an importance, has a purpose to serve. If you understand that purpose and the meaning of each of those words, you will never use them in the wrong place. To use them in the right place, we need to understand what is the meaning of those words. And here we are, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we know 4 different words and their usage. I'm going to give you one more sentence, and while I'm using them, like 4 different parts of speech. I'm going to point on each one of them so you can see how I used it. Another one, I'll try and make it more meaningful this time, but I'm using the same person, William, again. William is a hard working. So William is a hard working man. Hard working is an adjective, and William, because I'm naming a person, is a noun. So William is a hard working man. Hard working is a quality, and I'm talking and describing about the noun William. I'm saying that William is a hard working man. He, now I'm not saying William again, and I'm using the pronoun he, loves to work day and night. Now in this sentence, loves and work both are words. So I've used all 4 of them to explain that how, when we write sentences, we use all of them. We use them naturally, but when you know their purpose, you use them in the right place, and you try to use all of them. It makes your writing more creative. When we're going to do the other 4, then we're going to recap. We'll do a quick revision of all 8 of them together, and we'll also do a quick exercise as well. For now, before I close this video, I would like to prompt you to write at least 2 sentences in the comment section for each of them. Like when you're writing a sentence using a noun, either underline it or highlight it, and then I will go through the comments and see if you've done the right job. Thank you.